welcome back to another episode of the Amateur Hour podcast. Adam is joining me today.
Let's go, guys.
And my name's Jacob, and today we're going to be talking about who we think should be the next manager of Bayern Munich. And Bayern manager Niko Kovac got fired last week after managing them for a full season the year before. Brought them to the Bundesliga title, the DFB Pokal title, and only the round of 16 in the Champions League after losing to Liverpool, the eventual champions. And after a mediocre start to the Bundesliga season this year, and a 5-1 loss to Eintracht Frankfurt, his former club that he managed, he was fired. And honestly, I feel like it was a little bit harsh to fire him.
As do I.
In that game, it was a little bit early that they got a red card. Was it like the 9th minute? I'm gonna somewhere around there. It was the 9th minute.
9th minute, Jerome Boateng.
And I mean, obviously that's an ugly result no matter what, even if you do have a red. But one off game, and all of a sudden he was fired. The table isn't that ugly. They are 4 points off the top of the league. It's not too bad. I mean, Dortmund were up by 8 points last season at one point, and Bayern came back to win. This is a harsh firing for me.
I agree. I think this entire season, looking back, especially recently, when they beat Tottenham 7-2 away, that's something to look at.
Yeah.
But
like not even that much prior to that.
Other than that, Bayern Munich isn't doing what Bayern Munich usually does, and that is slaughter the lower teams. They after beating Tottenham 7-2, they lost Hoffenheim 2-1 at home. They tied Augsburg away. They beat Olympiacos in the Champions League 3-2. Then they only beat Union Berlin 2-1, a very lower level team in the Bundesliga. Only winning 2-1 in the DFB Polka, and then they lost 5-1. So I feel like it was Bayern Munich is used to pummeling teams that aren't competitive in the league, and they haven't seen that this year. So I guess the board decided it was time to try someone else. I'll start off with a manager I think could come in is Jose Mourinho. I'm going to explain why. If you've watched Germany...
Can I just say one more thing on Kovac before we start
Sure.
talking about potential new managers? When the reason he got hired for Bayern Munich was he took over for Frankfurt a couple years before he got hired. So in 2016, he took over Frankfurt, who were doing very poorly in the Bundesliga. Managed to put them in 16th in the league, which is a relegation playoff spot. So 16th place team, third last in Bundesliga, plays third place team in the second tier. They ended up winning the playoff, staying in the Bundesliga, and he went on to go mid-table the next season, and then the following season, or was it the same season? Yeah, the following season, they were competing for European competition, and they ended up winning the DFB Pokal. Yeah. They beat Bayern Munich, which was Frankfurt's first trophy since 1988. So, he's done some wonders with Frankfurt when he was there. There's a reason he got hired by Bayern. Yeah. But, yeah, we will move on to who we think should be manager now.
All right. As I said before, Jose Mourinho for me, I'm going to explain why. If you watch Germany soccer in the last 10, 15 years, Germany soccer is all about build-up. It's about playing out of the back, slow possession, keeping possession in the other half, and the other team half. I'm German. I've watched them in the last 3-4 World Cups, Euros, and it's all about keeping pressure in the other end, passing the ball around, waiting for them to make a hold, and then penetrating. Penetrating. Jose Mourinho's style of football is very defensive based. If you don't concede, you don't lose. I could see those two coming together in using his defensive tactics and possession-based soccer to slowly move up the field, and I think it might work because if you've looked, they conceded 5 against Frankfurt. They conceded in the cup. It looks like they're conceding almost every game. They're not keeping any clean sheets. So maybe Jose Mourinho could come in and see them become more defensively strong. They have recently lost Mats Hummels, a good defender. They're bringing in new players like Pavard and Hernandez who are starting, and Alphonso Davies at left back. So maybe the defense could definitely get some work done on it.
I don't agree at all. I think Jose Mourinho's system does not fit the German description that you've elected to bring up. And as far as keeping possession and keeping it in the other team's end, that is not at all Jose Mourinho's philosophy. I watched him for 2.5 seasons at Man United, and I've really watched my whole life. He's a defensive manager who builds up quickly, and it's all about counterattack. And when you were bringing up slow build-up and keeping possession the other team's end, that is not at all the Jose Mourinho philosophy. It's very quick possessions. You're not always going to outpossess the other teams, and it's sitting back and defending. Like, it's not at all keeping pressure in the other end. I think if you want defense and you want attacking build-up, there is no better manager suited to this position than Max Allegri. He left Juve at the end of last season. Juve posed one of the most dominant defenses in Europe. I think they went on a streak of like maybe... this doesn't even sound right to say, but I feel like they went on a streak of about 16 games in a row where they kept a clean sheet or like something ridiculous like that. And he is a utilizer of the 4-3-3 formation to a T. Like he works wonders with it at Juve. Like you could play a target striker like Mario Mandzukic on the left wing and still manage to get results out of him. Like, this is definitely the guy for the job. Like, his build-up play is done very well and very particular to the players and personnel that he has at his disposal. He really fits like the system based on the players that he has rather than his own philosophy. The build-up is very it looks very well, like good. It's something it's very pleasing to watch. He works really well with the wingers joining the attack, which is exactly what Bayern need because they have like fiery wingers like the Nabrys, like the Comans.
Alphonso Davies.
Well, Alphonso Davies is playing. Those kind of players. So that is exactly why I think Max Allegri is the man for the job at the moment. But like also another option, if you want Erik ten Hag, the current Ajax manager, you could maybe give Hansi Flick, that's his name?
Yep. The
current Inter manager of Bayern, just beat Dortmund 4-0. What you can do, maybe stick with him for a little bit, see how he's doing. If he's doing okay, if he's doing well, keep him to the end of the season and evaluate in the summer when you can get a guy like Erik ten Hag. Because, Erik ten Hag almost got Ajax to the Champions League final. Like, that is incredible.
That's what Bayern is looking for.
Right? Bayern are looking for European success, clearly, because, Kovac won the league last year, and he wasn't that far off this year. And he probably would have won it again this year, but they elected to fire him. So I think Erik ten Hag, if you can wait, but if you need to find a guy for your job right now, you got to hire Max Allegri. Mm-hmm. That's it.
I mean, I have no other... There's not a lot of managers out right now.
I mean,
Neil Warnock just got released. You never know.
Maybe he'll bring some Junior Hoylett or Didier Zohore with him.
I think you're right. I think Allegri would fit Bayern Munich's play style and their reputation very well, and that seems about it.
It depends if he's interested. Because I'm looking at the odds, he's not even in the running for it. I honestly think he's the best guy for this. Like, if you've seen him at Juventus, the build up out the back, using the wingers. Using pacey wingers at that, and building up through the midfield and the center backs. This is his job. Like, it is built for him.
There might be some language barriers. I'm sure he probably only speaks Italian.
That would be the thing I'm thinking of.
There's not really been much Italian success in the Bundesliga, whether it's players.
Luca Toni, what are you talking about? Won a Golden Boot one year.
Okay. Besides that, there hasn't been much. So I think for now they're going to stick with Hansel Flick or whatever. It's not like they're a crisis club right now. They're doing well in the Champions League.
They just beat Dortmund 4-0.
They just beat Dortmund 4-0. They're like third in the Bundesliga. They're 3 points behind. 4 points behind.
If I had to if I was in Bayern's position right now, I'd probably see how the interim does for now, and then try to wait to the end of the season. If not, make a decision. My decision would be Max.